Merry Chapsmas, everyone!
That wasn't even a good pun!
Don't care. Ugh. Geez, these Christmas crackers are filled with some kind of flavored crumbs.
Those are cheese crackers, Trail.
Oh. Well, that's just cheesy.
So, what's next? What can we talk about for Christmas?
Well, it is a season about the family getting together.
I have a book about all this!
This better have some relevance to a countdown topic.
Was the nights during Christmas and all throughout Chaps. We talked about politics, which is like what you just said, except with David Cameron and Donald Trump, and an economic crisis which we covered in Greeks. And I'm sorry, so this will be very fun.
Challengers approaching. Ho 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 ho.
When I was asked to choose a character to represent for this list, my initial thought was Donald Trump from The Apprentice the video game, because fuck this, and fuck literally every step that has allowed this to happen.
It's going to be really a real war.
Then I thought a far better idea would be to discuss one of the most deeply provocative social and political commentaries of all time, Sonic Adventure 2, obviously. It was the era where Sonic was wanting to introduce more and more human characters and grow out the series in scope, so adding a powerful international diplomat to the US president seemed to fit. In this franchise originally about colourful woodland creatures saving smaller, fluffier, colourful woodland creatures, the President of the United States can be remembered for immediately negotiating with terrorists.
Exactly just what is it that you want?
Not responding to, or even really being aware of, the space colony Ark's collision with Earth that could destroy civilization as we know it, and running the police that mistook this for this. I appreciate what you're doing, and believe me, it's a powerful message about racial inequality, but for God's sake, man, this is not the time. You could argue that the president from Sonic Adventure 2 isn't even a real politician, to which I would reply this isn't even a real segment, more just a platform for me to push my libertarian and pseudo-communist agenda.
Bernie 2016.
Sonic Adventure 2 was the first in the franchise where the government really had any significance to the story or gameplay, as instead of only Eggman's troops threatening your day-to-day lives, you also come across the president's own military organization, Gun, which is his irritating and only really important contribution to the game. Now I'm all for gun control, but someone here needs to tighten loosen there was a joke in here somewhere. It would be tough to undersell this guy, given how little of a shit he's shown to give about anything. In Shadow the Hedgehog, he shows on his desk a picture of Sonic and Shadow as in, hey, look at this guy, he's blue, he's weird, he's clearly a main character, we'll be fine. I'm just gonna continue staying in my room, pretending to have any relevance to this world at all.
How? How can this be?
The big question. Is it pronounced cipher or cipher? I've always wondered, maybe I should ask an expert.
Did you say expert?
Piss off. Let's call it Cipher for now. Cipher is an evil organization in Pokemon Colosseum, trying to turn all of these lovely Pokemon into shadow Pokemon. We'll get back to this later. For now, meet Escade, the mayor of friendly Fenac City. What a jolly old lad, treating the citizens well. He's even worried about the upcoming threat of crime. I'd like to visit his office one day, maybe have a cup of tea with the fellow. Not! Because as a politician he is corrupt as all hail. To his own city he comes off as a caring and jolly old lad who wants all crime out of the place. But in reality, he is anything but. Behind the curtains, he is the leader of Cipher. Escade, you faked your identity! Next you'll be telling me you faked your name too. You did fake your name. Your name isn't Escade, it's Evis. Well, why couldn't you have chosen a name I could blindly pronounce? Escade was more convenient, bro. I think he gets points for that reveal, because that's surprising. He looked like a really kind person. He was the mayor, for crying out loud. And it turns out what this guy really does is send powerful tech to Team Snag'em, who steal Pokemon from other trainers and ship them back to the Shadow Pokemon Lab, for Evis to then release them, publicly wreaking havoc on the majority of the world? What a bastard! He even looks like Eggman, and even in battle, Evis wants to be ruthless, pulling out Pokemon with levels that are mostly in the 60s, Marchamp, Slaking, and Aggron, but the battle is bloody easy to be honest, so here's a tip Evis, maybe just stick to being mayor.
Originally introduced in the Capcom series Final Fight is the mayor of Metro City, Mike Haggar. When his daughter is kidnapped by the infamous Mad Gear Gang, Haggar takes it upon himself to bring it to the streets to bring her back home. With a pipe and a full set of skills from being an ex-professional wrestler, he's ready to take on anything. I mean, he basically just looks like if Tom Selleck joined WWF and instead of being on Magnum PI.
What did I say? No WWF!
Hagar has also appeared in plenty of other Capcom crossover fighting games, most notably Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and its follow-up Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 as a playable character. From cleaning up the streets of Metro City to saving his own daughter, Mike Hagar is a mayor that gets things done.
We have seen soldiers that fought for their country, money, fame, and probably a lot of other things. But it's rare to see a soldier fighting purely out of support for his political leader. This is the story of a man who creates an army out of those rare cases. This is the story of the Citizens of Earth! This is the Vice President of the world. On the surface, he's nothing more than an untalented, lazy, and extraordinarily self-centered fraud. But on the inside, he's... actually, that captures his character pretty accurately. Nothing phases the guy until the local coffee shop flies away of all things, and he's stuck taking the fall for it. Then, there might be a wee bit of a problem, and it's up to the Vice President himself to do something about it. But surely, you can't expect him to get his hands dirty himself now, can you? That would totally ruin his image. That means somebody else has to do the fighting. Starting with only his mother and younger brother, the VP sets out to solve the problems of the citizens that he may meet in his travels. As he helps out various citizens with their problems, he earns their unwavering gratitude and loyalty, and can command them to fight baddies, while he tries to uncover the mysteries surrounding the flying coffee shop. Have you ever seen somebody raise an army fueled by pure support and gratitude? Have you ever seen somebody do it so quickly? That's what I thought. I've gotta say, in spite of his rather long list of faults, he actually did his job surprisingly well. Congratulations, Mr. Vice President. Your ability to unite the citizens of planet Earth has landed you as one of the top politicians in gaming.
Right, let's see what our next segment is. Ran Diesel 27? He's not a chap. Santa must have put it in the wrong house.
Objection!
Not a good first impression.
Well, hello there everyone, my name is Randiesel27. You're welcome to refer to me as that, Randon, Randy, or Randall if you want. Now, you may or may not remember me from my brief cameo as Otacon in Top 10 Villainous Teams in Gaming, but all you really need to know about myself is that I've collabed with two other chaps in the past, Ricky and Will, and that I am your #1 Ace Attorney fan, having made an entire month of videos about the Bloody franchise, so prepare for the objections, the hold-its, and the take-thats all the time from me. So, politics are mostly seen as bad guys both in video games and the real world, so leave it to Ace Attorney Investigations to make this statement even more true. Going through each of the 5 cases that this game has to offer, the villains of each one are all members of a smuggling ring led by our next contender, Quercus Alba, the ambassador of one half of the split country Codopia, Alabast. Once a great general in his homeland, he eventually became the ambassador of his country to the United States. But the power began to go to his head as he soon became the ringleader to the smuggling ring mentioned before that illegally imports counterfeit currency. Hell, he's been doing this for over 10 years, and only up to the game's events he was caught for his actions. Oh, and as if doing illegal exchange is bad enough, but he's also responsible for 2 damn murders that happen here. But this is Ace Attorney. Admitting to a murder that isn't self-defense is automatically a win. Well, not in this case. You see, due to being an ambassador, Quercus Alba has this thing called diplomatic immunity. So he can practically say, "Hey, I just stabbed all these people to death. Fetch me the fucking newspaper." He's got that much fucking power. God damn it, even his theme is called The Enemy Who Surpasses the Law. That totally echoes, get out of my fucking way before you're my next victim. Oh, but even when he has that diplomatic immunity revoked, he still laughs in your face. Sure, he has to live in hiding, but he's got connections to the underworld that would take him in for the rest of his life where he could gloat at the people who failed to catch him. However, you can't top the mighty Edgeworth. Once you're in his sight, he shall stop at nothing to find the truth. Pointing out every minute detail and overthinking everything gets him every time. He's our #8 because of how he uses his political power to pretty much say fuck you to the law. And he does it pretty well. At least until Edgeworth steps in.
Now I'm British, so let's take a break from the presidents to talk about a Prime Minister from Japan. Stuart Vanguard appears as the Prime Minister in the Inazuma 11 series. He's a popular leader despite being very young, and he has a big interest in football.
He's only gone and done it again!
So much so, he even owns an entire secret service made up of footballers, and his 11-year-old daughter Tori joins the Ryman team as they try to defeat their alien opposition. Don't laugh, they're a serious threat to our well-being. Vanguard rules the country for over 10 years, growing out a luscious white stripe. But Inazuma 11 isn't the only series where he appears as a Prime Minister. Newly renamed Stuart Vanguard also reigns as Prime Minister in the Little Battlers Experience series. He's a popular leader despite being very young, and he has a big interest in robots and football.
Hello? The government? What? A robot sniper is trying to assassinate the Prime Minister? Oh no!
Someone wants his guts for garters, but Vanyamano and his friends save Vanguard's life thanks to a quick game of Robot Wars.
Let the wars begin!
The whole thing's a complete parody of the assassination of John F. Kennedy, and I love it. There was only one key difference. What was it again? Oh yeah, Kennedy died.
My fellow Americans, I am humbled that you have chosen me to be your new president. And I am honored to lead our country forward during these dark and dangerous times.
Howard T. Ackerman is the newly elected President of the United States in Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. In this alternate timeline, the Soviet Union is on the verge of conquering all of Europe. Ackerman is about as anti-communist as you can get, and he's hell-bent on stopping the Soviets at all costs.
You ready to send those commies running back to their mommies?
But when the Allied forces make an alliance with the Soviets to fight the Empire of the Rising Sun, he becomes displeased, to say the least.
You know those Russians can't be trusted. They hate everything we stand for. Freedom, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, apple pie. Did I say freedom? Well, it's worth saying again.
Ackerman becomes so enraged that he orders a secret superweapon built inside Mount Rushmore to fire straight at Moscow and destroy the Soviet Union. But thanks to the player's efforts, his plans weren't as rock solid as he thought. Still, even though his actions were reckless, he did it to protect America. You at least have to respect his passion for his country. In fact, he actually received 42 votes during the real-life 2008 presidential election. And that, my fellow Americans, is the sign of a great politician in gaming.
I'm President Ackerman, and I endorse this message.
Zachary Hale Comstock created the Great Paradise of Columbia in Bioshock Infinite, a separate sovereign state above American skies, taking politics and religion to a whole new level. Literally. He may have created this beautiful land of industry, nature and roller coasters, well, depending on how you ride them. He also created a land of racism, oppressing daughters to use as test subjects and slapping his name or face just about everywhere. It's not really equality. So he's kind of running a dystopian dictatorship when you think about it. Damn, he's not really a caring people's politician then. Then again, he's the only politician on the list who does really achieve his dreams, created his land, and that's quite the feat. Though he's got quite the politician's look with him too, crossing Jeremy Corbyn and Detective Snow. Huh, Snow, quite appropriate this time of year. And Hunger Games spoilers, Comstock offers a similar fate to Snow, being a politician that you can shockingly and rather anticlimactically kill in a fit of rage. But that sudden thrill and oh no factor, as well as his radical policies, make him all the more memorable. And considering Big Daddy's placement in PlayStation All-Stars was to promote Bioshock Infinite, but there's no character from Bioshock Infinite in that game, Comstock would have been a great playable character, and I'd have loved to have restocked him. Got my revenge, you know, in case I didn't kill him. And hey, his name rhymes with Kale, so what's not to love Zachary Kale Comstock? Sounds like a food blogger. And his name sounds a bit like Santa, and he looks a bit like Father Christmas too. So cheers, Father Comstock. Have a cracker. Merry Chapsmas.
I hope y'all realize that if I bring this game up, the meme gates will practically shatter. Whatever, I've seen a lot in my time, so Metal Gear Rising!
Check the internet lately. Don't fuck with this, Senator! Fuck the media!
So, how did you guys handle the shock that the finale of this edgy, hard-hitting hack-and-slash game ends up with a big, beefy, funny American politician? Okay, get over here! The only reason Armstrong's here is because...
Nanomachine, son!
I am meme. There's your answer. Although, it's not to say that his motives and goals aren't completely out of the water. In summary, his actions are more of a fight fire with fire alteration, being his end goal to end war as a business by using said war for business purposes. In Armstrong's America, he wants people to die and kill not for material purposes, rather their own beliefs, which is pretty fucking fucked if you give such a power to the wonder species that is the human race, but I could give him a B for borderline originality, but I'm actually gonna give him an A so I can meme. There's other political jargon, but the real meat of the story comes from such stories as college ball, making the mother of all omelets, and
Nanomachine.
Eat a rusty chainsaw. Oh yeah, and his fight, it's really fucking good too. So let's just leave it at that.
Alright, what makes someone the best politician?
Being a leader.
Doing the right thing.
Being persuasive.
Somebody you're able to shoot and maim in horrific ways.
I think you have some issues.
I agree, classmate.
Our #1 politician in gaming is Aaron Kimball from Fallout New Vegas.
A decorated war hero, Aaron Kimball was a general for the New California Republic when they expanded their territory into the Mojave Desert.
And he did so peacefully, befriending the tribes of the Mojave rather than resorting to violence to win his battles.
The player, as the courier, gets to either protect Kimball during his speech honoring a soldier at the Hoover Dam, or assassinate him if you're going down that route.
He cares for the people of New California and will do almost anything to see their nation prosper.
As well as not resorting to violence to settle disputes. At least not at first.
And if you think Aaron is pretty stupid and that he's male scum because you're not a misogynistic fuck, you can rely on good old-fashioned murder. Blow up the cannon at the dam or even his transport. You can shoot him and even hack the transport so it crashes and he dies in a burning pool of jet fuel. Ooh, I'm getting a murderection!
I think you still have some issues.
I fucking agree.
Hey, welcome to the end of the video. I'm your newcomer, Randiesel27, and I would just like to thank the chaps for letting me in, and I hope that you dear viewers enjoy my presence. Now then, on to the advertisements. Up here in the top left you can find a video to keep in the festive season of bells, Top 10 Bells in Gaming by Stelio78910. I promise you, it's not belligerent at all. Then moving over to the top right, you can find Master Jake Studios' Top 10 Snacks in Gaming. Quite delicious. I mean, fuck, it's got Undertale in it. Undertale makes everything better, right? Then, going to the lower half of the screen, you can find my previous countdown for Halloween, Top 5 Grim Reapers. It's deadly to your health if you don't watch it. And finally, you can watch Chaps' last countdown, Top 5 Pilots, over in the bottom right. It might just fly into your enjoyment meter. Anyways, Merry Chapsmas, and here's to a new year, everyone. Objection!
Oh, fuck. Oh my god. I fucking broke the cup. I fucking broke the cup. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, fuck. Oh god, I broke the cup.